Good morning from Julia Carroll and JB's Brick Shack, my 2026 weight loss journey. Um, it is, I think it's April 15th, tax day. I don't know how many days I've been on Weight Watchers, Whole Food Diet, whatever, since January 1, so however many days that is. It's over 100 at this point, and things are going well. I mean, nothing is going badly. It's I found myself in a weird place yesterday where I don't know, I actually miss compulsively binge eating. And you know, I miss it. I miss it. And I'm a little shocked to say that. That's a little surprising. Now, why would you miss compulsively binge eating when you eat so much food? Why would you miss that? I'm sure alcoholics miss alcohol. I'm sure drug addicts miss their drugs. I'm sure, people who smoke miss their cigarettes once in a while. So I just miss the action of compulsively binge eating. And I think I've been struggling lately with wanting to exercise, wanting to do anything. And I know a good portion of that is my dad dying obviously has helped in nothing. I'm not compulsively binging. It hasn't derailed me, which is a good thing. But I've not had a lot of enthusiasm for life. Things that I used to enjoy, I don't really. At the start of the year in January, I'd booked a trip to Hawaii, and I'm actually contemplating canceling it because right now, with the way I feel, I have no desire to go anywhere. I have no desire to do anything. And I kind of feel like I shouldn't cancel it because by the time November rolls around, I probably will want to do stuff. I just don't right now. And I'm sad about that. I'm just sad. I'm just sad. And it's harder to not compulsively binge eat. It's harder to not want to compulsively binge eat when I'm just sad, constantly sad. I'm not, I'm definitely depressed. I'm not doing bad things to cope, but I'm just sad and I feel a little hopeless. I'm just sad. I know it's been a month since my dad died, a month and a half almost. And I know it's just going to take time. It sucks that you have to go through it. And it doesn't help that I'll be turning 54 on Monday. I'm not too thrilled about that. Who wants to be 54, single, childless, with your dad dying, a month before your birthday? Nobody wants that. It's just a little depressing. My friends have been great trying to help me. They come over and do things, and it's not that I'm staying hole up in the house and doing nothing, although there's a little bit of that. Although that predated anything. I'm a true introvert in that I don't like going anywhere. So for me, staying in the house is actually a pleasure. It's not a problem. I am learning a new hobby, so I'm hoping that will carry me through and occupy me so I don't compulsively binge eat. I do need to get back on my rebounder and my exercise, my treadmill. I just haven't. It's hard to do anything when you don't want to do anything. I have to force myself to do stuff. But I'm learning to knit. I went over to my aunt's house. She knits and crochets. She sews too, but I went over and I'm like, I wouldn't mind learning how to do some knitting. I did learn how to knit years ago. My grandmother would cast on stitches for me and I'd knit, your obligatory normal knit stitch. And I knew how to do that. So I was like, I'd actually like to knit myself a blanket, kind of a throw blanket, because I tend to be a person in the wintertime. I don't like to turn the heat on. And it would be nice to have a knit blanket to be able to put over my lap, since my feet and my legs tend to get colder more than anything. And it's nice to sit and watch TV with a cup of coffee and a little lap blanket, Or, go outside and have a little something you can put over your lap. Or, it could be big enough to eventually put as a shawl around you or something, So I wouldn't mind doing something like that. And I kind of want to. So my aunt was kind enough to give me a couple of knitting needles and some yarn, beautiful yarn. It's I found out later it's kind of expensive yarn, so I was very thankful that she was willing to do that. And right now I'm just sort of practicing different stitch, like the knit and the purl stitch, that kind of thing. So it's been coming along, and I actually really enjoy it. It's nice, relaxing to do in front of the television. Not that I need to be sitting all the time, and I really shouldn't be doing this video sitting, but here we are. I'm doing that. It is what it is. And, life is just sort of not all that fun right now. I'm trying different things to try and get some enthusiasm in my life, and it's been a bit of a struggle. I think sadness definitely plays into that. I will admit, I had gotten very tired of my elderly father being infirm, severe dementia, where he didn't really remember anything. You couldn't have a conversation with him. And it was really getting bad. I mean, the last year and a half of his life was not the best. Certainly, since he went into the actual full-on nursing home July of last year, it really wasn't good. But I have to say, there's something very strange and unsettling about knowing that your last parent is actually deceased. And there's something very unsettling about that kind of took me by surprise. I think I knew I would be unsettled by his death, but the reality of it, reality and theory are two very different things. And you can say, well, a person's alive and you go visit them in a nursing home and it's not fun and you're like, oh, I just wish this were over. Well, it's over when they're dead. And the reality is, it feels very weird. I kind of wish now I could go visit him, but I can't. And that's a very painful thing. It's very strange. Death is a very strange thing. Anyway, I don't want to get too maudlin. But I'm struggling. I'm struggling with my relationship with God. It's not going well either. So I'm kind of trying to get myself to, I'm struggling just to open the Bible. I used to really want to read it. Now I have no desire. No desire to listen to a message. My desire for pretty much anything is gone. Except I want to eat everything in sight. That's the only desire left remaining to me. Genuinely wanting that. And as much as I want to learn how to knit, it might be something very transitory desire. I hope not. It could be. I don't know. I know that this has not been the best of, it's not easy. And I'm hoping, I don't want to turn to food. Maybe keep doing videos like this will help me from turning to food. I don't want to turn to food because I know for a fact my father would be very upset if I used his death as a reason to allow myself to do something to hurt myself, such as compulsively binge eating, because there's no need for that. Compulsively binge eating is just self-sabotage and self-harm. So he would hate that his death propelled me into that action. He would hate that. And I don't want his death to be the reason I do that. So I will not, because I don't want that to be the outcome. And for myself, I mean, I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of being a slave to food. It's just today, yesterday, I wanted to be a slave to food. And I'm not, and I wasn't. But life just feels very chaotic and different right now. And I just feel discombobulated. Anyway, depressing message for Wednesday, April the 15th. Take care from Julia Carroll on my 2026 weight loss journey. Bye-bye.